Hey guys, how you doing? Uh, if anyone saw my last video, excuse me, sorry, I was going to go to the library, but my mum said she's going out shopping and someone needed to look after the dog and things like that, so I had to stay at home. Probably not doing a great job at looking after the dog, but at least I'm here to make sure he's hopefully. Weather's a bit miserable here in the UK for anyone abroad who might stumble across this video, but the point of this video is I was thinking about for a while. I'm not an Arsenal fan, I must state. In fact, one of my best friends is an Arsenal fan. I phone him up sometimes when Arsenal lose and I say, what was the Arsenal score and things like that to wind him up, because he did the same to me when Argentina, he had a bit of humour, but we had a bit of banter with each other. We're good friends, but it's sort of a British banter we have with each other. And he's a really good friend, actually. He's really loyal and all that. And hopefully he thinks the same about me, even though we slag each other off a lot for, like I say, we have laughs and all that. I don't know what other countries probably don't have the same banter we have here in the UK. But anyway, when Germany beat Argentina, he was supporting Germany, and I wanted Argentina to win because they're a Latin team, and I thought it would also do better for Italy because Germany were on 3 World Cups and Italy were on 4, and it was Germany's like a potential competition for us. Hope I don't offend any potential German people who might stumble across this video either. Excuse me, sorry. But yeah, because Germany and Italy have a lot in common, but with like the tricolor, I think Germany's got a tricolor, and they're both republics and things like that, democracies, republics, and all that. But also like Argentina is like Latin, they're of Italian and Spanish descent, and I like both of those teams in football, so I like Argentina as well. It's my 7th favourite national team. But anyway, sorry, I've gone way off track. I apologise. But the point of this and the topic about this is that Robbie, who's the founder of Arsenal Fan TV, I've seen a few of their videos, and I know people mock them a lot and all that. Recently had a run-in with a guy called, I think, Simon Jordan, who used to be a football owner, and he's a former Crystal Palace owner. Sorry if someone's watching this stumble across it and they don't know about football. I do apologise. It might be something you can research and get into and might become interested in. I know I've talked before about wanting to talk about football, in a way that non-football fans would. I can get more people who into football, basically, especially into Italian football. But anyway, as I said before, I'm a big fan of Italian football and Celtic, but Simon Jordan was having, and many other people have had a go at the channel saying it should be shut down, or it's embarrassing to Arsenal, it's misrepresenting the club or whatever. And I thought I'd make a video in defence of why I think that, and I think I'm making quite a few videos about football channels generally and why I think they should be defended in spite of what they might say. And really what Robbie said, a lot of people say that he's trying to make money from the channel, trying to make money from it, and especially from Arsenal being defeated and things like that. And one of the things Simon Jordan said to him was that, I don't want to offend anyone with this video, hopefully, but I just want to give an honest opinion. So anyway, said that Robbie has a conflict of interest because if he tried to say that he might not even be an Arsenal fan, but he was saying that for his channel to do better, Arsenal need to lose because that's when they get more, when they say more controversial things and they get more views. And he also claimed that some of the fans have low IQs and swear a lot. And I think in defence, as I've talked about, defending Robbie Lyle, who founded and runs Arsenal Fan TV. Again, I'm not an Arsenal fan, but he's giving the fans a voice. Like, fans from Arsenal apparently pay some of the highest highest costs overall. They pay huge amounts of costs for owners that they see don't really care about the club, and that's happening to many football clubs apparently. I know I don't really go to many games, but from what I hear and what I see on YouTube, it's happening to many fans. They're paying a lot of money. I've only been to 3 football games in my life, to be fair, but they pay a lot of money, they work hard, and they pay a lot of money to see the team. And if they see owners that don't invest in the football, or they don't see them investing in football in the team, and they see them as making huge profits, and not putting the club first like they do when they go week in, week out, many of them, they want to have a voice. And traditionally they've never had a voice, really, football fans as such. I mean, the only time they have a voice is when they do, which I don't agree with, breaking the law and all that, but when they do get really angry and riot or cause trouble and all that because they're unhappy with the situation. But now with football fan channels, they have a voice. So I think whatever you think of Robbie Lyle, or whatever you think of his motives for doing this channel, I think that as he talked about, he's giving the fans a voice, and to assume that he's only doing it for the money, I think is basing on a wild assumption, because only Robbie Lyle knows why he's running the channel, and he knows his motives, basically his incentives, whether he's doing it to make profit or whether he's doing it as he says. And what he claims is that he's doing it to give the fans, Arsenal fans in this case, obviously, a voice. He also interviews some of the rival opposition to give their opinions about things as well, and talk about their clubs as well. But he's giving the fans a voice, and I think that's quite a good thing, because it's like fan power, really. The football fans have never have traditionally not had a voice. They've always had to spend their money and deal with performances they might not like and just be angry about it. But nowadays, like, I suppose with online forums as well, people can vent their frustration as well. And sometimes people get really angry and they start to, which I disagree with, but they start to attack the owners or cause riots or whatever it is. Like, sometimes you see fighting in the stands. So, but I think that I think they should be given a platform or a voice, basically, whatever you think of those football channels, because I think that, as I say, football fans need a voice. They need to be able to vent their frustration or say what they think is wrong with the club. Like if the club has a massive amount of profits that they kept and they're not reinvesting those profits into the players, I think the fans have every right to say, and free speech, freedom of expression, all that sort of stuff. So I think they have every right to vent their frustration. So as I want to say, as someone, even though I'm not an Arsenal fan, I thought I'd do this. I just thought about it, and I thought I'd talk about my opinions about why I think Robbie Lyle has every right to give the fans a voice, and all the other football channels as well. I know Arsenal are the most famous because they've had some of the most. I suppose they're probably the most famous. I assume they're probably the most viewed as well. Also, or in spite of the fact there were like other channels like Man United channels and Liverpool channels, West Ham and all these, and Newcastle and other clubs have their own channels where they have their own views. But anyhow, I think I'll leave it there and say I'd love to know what you think about my opinions or my of this video. Do you think that, or what you think as well about Arsenal Fan TV? Do you think they are, if you're a football fan, do you think they are embarrassing the club, or do you think that they should? I mean, how can you tell fans that they should be quiet or they shouldn't express something if they think there's something wrong? And how can you assume that they're not really doing it for the good of the club, but they're doing it to get attention or money or anything like that? Because how do we know? That's quite an assumptive thing, if that's the right word, to assume that it's making quite an assumption that they're only doing it to make money, or that they don't really care about the club, or they're not real fans, or whatever people might say about them, because it might be that they really do think that other fans are delusional or not really. Like some people, like Arsenal, they talked about boycott of the club because they think they're not spending enough money on the. I know I've talked about it before, but they're not spending enough money on the players and things like that. And that the only way to make change is when they're hit in the pocket themselves and they think fans are angry and they want to see their club do better. So they're going to invest in better players or listen to fans a bit more and things like that. Because obviously, I suppose a lot of companies might take their customers for granted and only listen when they leave, and try and bring them back. Anywho, sorry, I hope I didn't waffle too much, and please post your comments as ever below. Please don't hold back your feedback. Thanks. Peace out.